Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with Super Pro 7 HIJA de la LUZ versus Babe Dillon. Our first match of the evening, however, is in the junior middleweight division as Felicia Knight takes on CHRISTINA MUNOZ.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from the nearest nightclub, NIKTA.
Of course, Felicia Knight, I remember, fought for the title way back at Super Pro 1. Failing in an effort against Welterweight. Meanwhile, CHRISTINA MUNOZ, she's had 2 matches, one triple threat match,
opponent,
again, way back at Super Pro 1.
From Tijuana, Mexico, CHRISTINA MUNOZ.
And the second, a loss in a ranked matchup against Kyoko, who you may remember back at Super Pro 6, I believe, lost to La Asesina. MUNOZ is still relatively young in the industry and very much the homegrown talent. Coincidentally, a very similar situation to what we have with Ultimo Extremo, and you'll notice that both of them are very tall for their weight class and like to use leg strikes to sort of maintain distance. MUNOZ, of course, instead opting to lock up at the beginning of this match, which could very well be a tactical error. You can see just from the eye test here, Felicia Knight, the bulkier, presumably stronger opponent. She is here working the limb, working the shoulder joint. And they go right back to the lockup, and this time it's MUNOZ who gets a hold of Knight's arm. We'll see if she does anything with it. Oh, Knight with the reversal. Jacking that up. A very similar effect to what you might see with a Kimura or a chicken wing. Goes for something else there. Gets intercepted by a kick to the gut. And there we have a single leg drop kick. First notion of MUNOZ's signature offense. And she's going to town now with a lot of kicks to the body of her downed opponent. Headbutt by Knight. And a powerbomb, schoolboy powerbomb, schoolgirl powerbomb, depending on how you want to describe it. And another single leg dropkick by MUNOZ. A fast pace here being put on by both these women. MUNOZ seems to be taking the death by 1,000 cuts tactic tonight, who responds with power moves, gut wrench suplex. And now deadlifting, sit-out powerbomb. MUNOZ is going to feel that in the morning. Up on his shoulder. Snake eyes right into that top turnbuckle, one of the neutral corners. Gets a 1 count out of it. MUNOZ again, single leg dropkick. Really favoring that maneuver. Might start to telegraph it as this goes on if she goes to that well too many times. Running crossbody. Felicia Knight, nothing too fancy, but that'll put you down. And MUNOZ, a kick out at 1, but a kind of a weak one. You might wonder if she should have taken advantage. Maybe taken another second before kicking out. Because of reasons like that. Because if you try to start the fight again when you're not ready, you eat a boot to the chest. MUNOZ goes for the drop kick there, misses. Chopping the leg down like a tree. Up to the top rope. See what she goes here for. Oh! A nasty frog splash to the back of Felicia Knight. One of the dirtiest versions of that move I think I've ever seen in a professional wrestling competition. Gets a 1 count. Felicia Knight. Felicia Knight is mean, ladies and gentlemen. Inverted front slam there. Charging up something here from the corner. Discus. Whoa, went for the discus. Big boot, missed it. Munoz caught it with just the edge of that drop kick. Momentum starting to swing back into the corner of the young upstart as Trouble Paradiso puts Felicia Knight down. Doesn't put her down for the count. We find out here. 1, 2. And no, a kick out at 2 by Felicia Knight. Munoz, of course, now having had great success with that kick, but the thing is she hits that kick a lot. It's not necessarily an instant finish, but it is definitely going to take some miles out of the gas tank of Felicia Knight. It's going to punch some holes in that card, or whatever euphemism you want to use for damage accumulation. Now bring her back to her feet. Felicia Knight fighting out of it. Fireman's carry. Gutbuster. And Munoz gets back up to her feet just in time to eat a running knee to the face. And now Knight just kind of observing her downed opponent, wondering exactly what the next best strategy would be. And keeping it simple, Uranagi. Goes in that head and arm choke. And Munoz finding a way to incorporate those leg strikes even from her back. Munoz now picking up. Felicia Knight dropping her down face first. Clothesline and another clothesline. Ducks it. Super kick. Super kick and Felicia Knight goes down. Roundhouse kick, execution style. And Knight right back up to her feet. Eats a Hurricane Rana for her troubles. And that arm. Not holding on to it this time. Knight goes for the lariat. It's caught up in the ropes. Comes off. Modified, I suppose, Bronco Buster there. Almost gets a kick out. Just an accumulation of heavy shots. Round kick to the back. We've seen her hit that a lot in this match. And now she's going for a second Trouble in Paradiso. And she hits it. She hits it. Felicia Knight is out. She's out. That's got to be it. It's over. It's over as the ref makes the count. 1, 2, 3, and that is it. Cristina Munoz picks up her first victory here in Super Pro Championship Wrestling with a knockout of Felicia Knight and, of course, the 1-2-3 pin. This battle, this fight, was between two of the women on the lower end of the junior middleweight ranking, but we might see Munoz begin to ascend with this victory, and on the opposite end of that, you have to wonder where this puts Felicia Knight. 2 fights ago, she was fighting for a title. She was the de facto #1 contender, and now we really don't know. Now she's probably comfortably at the bottom of the pack, and it is a long, hard road out of hell for Felicia Knight after tonight's loss. Again, doing a great job of implementing her game plan and enforcing that dynamic leg strike game of hers.
Here is your winner, Cristina Munoz.
forward, personally, seeing what the future has in store for this young talent. But as the night rolls on, so do we, as our next match is between Buzz Braddock of Boston, Massachusetts, against newcomer Septimo Hijo, the holy man of San Luis Potosi, Mexico. And this fight, as you may have noticed by the records, is the debut of Septimo Hijo. Meanwhile, Braddock lost his first ranked match back against Alejandro. We will have to see how these guys do.
Making his way to the ring from San Luis Potosi, Mexico, weighing in at 191 pounds, the Saint.
So I heard our announcer there reference Septimo Hijo as the Saint. Callback to the days of El Santo, arguably the most influential and legendary luchador of all time. Both Braddock coming up from a different environment entirely.
And his opponent from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 200 pounds, Buzzsaw Braddock.
Buzz Braddock is what you would call a hybridized peak athlete. He is a man who can do it all. He comes in at the very, very top of the middleweight weight limit at 200 pounds. Which means he's capable of inflicting power moves, speed moves, technique, anything in his arsenal is deadly. Everything in his arsenal is fight ending. A match with Buzz Braddock is particularly difficult because you never know exactly what his game plan is going into a match. He does hit a version of some people will call it the whale hunt, others will call it Murphy's Law. That is a strong, powerful, impactful move. He also hits super kick and moonsaults. Guy does everything. But we will see if Septimo Hijo here can keep up. They lock up in the center of the ring, and as I mentioned before, Braddock with just that little bit of weight advantage. Hijo coming in at 191, no small man for a middleweight himself. But Braddock using his size advantage there, put him into the corner. Maybe see an adjustment made. Irish whip from the Bostonian. Shot to the face for his troubles. They lock up again and again. Buzz Braddock puts him into the corner. Really sort of grounding the luchador. We do not know much about Septimo Hijo, but situations like these, you have to assume that grounding the opponent is the proper course of action. Goes up with a leg drop guillotine onto the rope. And I talked about grounding. And here Buzz Braddock comes up on a flying forearm. Hijo, for his credit, tried to get up there. Ate a kick to the gut for his trouble. Back elbow. Irish whip again. Corner drop kick to small the back. Moving right into fireman's carry. No. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what that move's called, but hey, Braddock is nothing if not inventive. Chop. Whoa, both men going for the same move there, missing. Maybe a little bit more in common than one would initially think between the two athletes. Now, Septimo Hijo going to work. Single leg drop kick, flipping senton. And a drop kick again to the back. Time to the upper back and the shoulders. And another flipping senton. This time a little bit more measured. Braddock making his way back up to his feet. Old school clothesline. Another flipping up. And a flipping Hurricane Rana by SEPTIMO HIJO. Not afraid to go airborne. Goes for the pin. Only gets a 1 count. Rolling out of it. Back elbow. Breaking up these exploder suplex. We've seen this before. An ode to the most electrifying stone in sports entertainment. The people's moonsault. No, SEPTIMO kicking out. Not today, good sir. Not today. And now with that fisherman neck breaker. And it's gonna hit. No, he went for that springboard shooting star press and misses. SEPTIMO HIJO now. This is his opportunity to go to work, catch off that shockwave that Buzz Braddock just had go through his entire body when his face hit that mat, and do something like this. Go for that crucifix. Put him down. And Kenny capitalized with the pin. No, Braddock kicks out. Kicks out at 2. Kicks out strong. But not quite recovered yet is the American. Another shot to the back. It's like a hybrid bow and arrow crossface. Right now gets his leg free, which allows him to get his arms free. Single leg drop kick again by SEPTIMO HIJO. Kick to the face. Not exactly flashy, but that'll get the job done. Into the corner. No, fought off by Buzz Braddock. Running neck breaker. Side goes to the pin. No, SEPTIMO HIJO kicks out. Buzz now bringing him up to his feet. HIJO again trying to push his advantage. Doesn't work. Put into the corner by Braddock. Braddock puts him into retrieve roll position only to just stick a stiff one into that solar plexus. Super kick! Super kick. And similar to our previous bout, I think he is unconscious, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3. Buzz Braddock wins his first victory in Super Pro Championship Wrestling. Theme of tonight. This is exactly the kind of neat win that Buzz Braddock needed to keep himself in the conversation for the contendership in the middleweight division. The middleweight division, of course, right now very up in the air. Here, Ramirez, our middleweight champion, very involved in a conflict with the Dragon Cult that we will see advanced here tonight later. But in the meantime, the division is just a murderer's row of guys gunning for that #1 contendership. And whenever HIJO has to defend that title, he's gonna have to do it against somebody who has walked through fire. And as much as Buzz Braddock has proven here tonight with a win, I believe that SEPTIMO HIJO has to go forward with the idea that this is only a pickup, only a missed stepping stone. He has to return stronger than he did here in his debut. But right now is a time of celebration for Bud Braddock. And we move on to one of two welterweight matches here tonight. This one before the former title challenger, Valencia and NIKTA. Now, Valencia, of course, is very, very decorated in the realm of CWL and even Kingdom Pro. We see her now since her last appearance in Super Pro. She has gone through a bit of an identity change, a bit of an attitude change.
Making her way to the ring from San Jose,
and that allows her to gain more success here. And you've got to think, Valencia, very big on sort of Hispanic Mexican culture and bringing that into her wrestling career. Used quick candy skull on her mask, her face, Dia de la Muerte. And you've got to think that Sting did not have that immediate success in Super Pro that she could have. Competitive match, Hija de la LUZ for that title, and similar to Bud Braddock, similar to similar to a lot of people, similar to NIKTA, honestly. Of course, not a stranger to the action, not a stranger to the mind game. Honestly, our budget cannot handle when Valencia shows up. Nobody else has this much pyro. It's absurd. We are a small promotion. Have NIKTA, similar to the last time we saw her make her entrance with that headgear.
And her opponent from Belfast,
Mentioned Valencia's taste for theatrics. NIKTA clearly having similar ideology as far as game plan is concerned. Previous match to Shelly Kimball, a welterweight prospect. So a story of redemption here for both women, similar to our junior middleweight matchup. MUNOZ, Felicia Knight. The question is, will the unorthodox brutality of NIKTA stand up to just the craft and experience that Valencia brings to the table? Valencia not over the hill. Some people would say that she hasn't even reached her peak yet, but she has so much experience all around the world. And it will be a challenge for NIKTA here to keep up on a technique basis. You've got to think she's got to try to turn this into a brawl. She's got to turn this into an ugly, ugly brawl as Valencia there inflicting the head scissors, elbow strikes, leg sweep by NIKTA and a round kick to the back. Working in some stomps, pacing herself, not going too overboard. 15-minute time limit on ranked matches, so she's got all the time in the world. Although at Super Pro 6 we did see 2 matches come very close to going the distance. Valencia goes for an early cover. So rolls out of the ring, comes right back in. Oh! Running round kick to the chest and then another to follow it up. Now going for that arm. Valencia spinning out of it. Arm drag. That's why I talked about the experience and the technique of Valencia is something that cannot be overestimated, truly. Thanks, of course, taking the blunt force brute to get out of that. Gets him in the corner. Kick to the back. Shot to the chest. He goes for a pin of her own. Also still early, not even 2 minutes into this match yet. Spinning side kick by NIKTA puts Valencia into the ropes, sends her off. A viper of a power slam. Comes up, looks like she's going for a back suplex there. NIKTA flips out of it, a little technique of her own. And we're starting to see NIKTA maybe start to pull away a little bit here. Seems as though Valencia, with all of her technical prowess, has only really managed to delay NIKTA for short periods of time until something like that happens. An elevated Snake Eyes onto the top of the rope. Now Valencia digging down deep, fighting out of that corner. In the center of the ring. The ropes. Hunt kick, soccer kick, goal, Pride rules. Gets a 1 count. Modified version of the triangle. Probably not going to achieve a tap from that position as NIKTA has both of her arms free. But what that will do is that will make you frustrated and that will make it hard for you to think. And it makes you work harder at breathing, which will affect your gas tank. NIKTA again, arm drag, and a boot to the face. NIKTA mixing techniques very well here tonight. Oh, looking like she might have went for that CWK. Valencia fights out of it. Pulls NIKTA up. On the ropes. Flips her over. Coming off. Now in a suicide spear to the outside. I think they cleared the match. I think they landed hard on that concrete. Of course, a long count we have on the outside here tonight. Now Valencia, that's a little illegal. As far as you can't hit somebody with a weapon, but I guess you can hit a weapon with somebody. Now, of course, in that back driver onto the concrete again. Goes into NIKTA, and again smashing her head into the apron, hardest part of the ring. As the referee reaches a 6 count, Valencia rolls NIKTA back into the ring. Very large explosion of ability on the outside, an explosion of offense. NIKTA very quickly taking control back. Just that brief moment of refuge between Valencia throwing her in the ring and then Valencia following her in the ring has allowed NIKTA to come back strong with a series of lariats and ground to the more experienced Valencia. Going for a deadlift, German suplex into a pin. 1, 2, 3. It's over. It's over. NIKTA got the pin off of the German. A powerful move. Just too much for Valencia to handle tonight. NIKTA coming on like a tidal wave. Tonight has been anything. For the women's division, tonight so far has been the prospect of the next generation coming up against the more experienced and prevalent.
Here is your winner, NIKTA.
NIKTA is not a small welterweight. Her championship, HIJA LUZ. Very small, even for the smallest weight class. And you've got to think she might be looking at this match with a little bit of a frown. But we move on to this tag match here between the Ramirez dynasty and the Dragon Cult. And this is a traditional tag match, 2 versus 2. But we do not know which 2 members of the Dragon Cult the Ramirez dynasty will end up facing. And tonight, a very personal feud. A feud about fathers and sons and corruption and legacy and vengeance and justice enters into a next chapter. So we hear the signature Ramirez music coming out here tonight. And look at that. The white hat is back, baby. It has been years since Alberto Ramirez Jr. has entered a competitive wrestling ring.
Middleweight hero Ramirez and Alberto Ramirez Jr.
Now, if this entrance seems a little hokey to you, because this is exactly the same entrance that these guys had during Hero Ramirez's in-ring debut at the age of 14. The history just between these 2 men in a family that goes back generations is absurd. Without these 2 men, we do not have Super Pro as it is today. With all credit to our owner, Pistolero, it is really these 2 guys that put the work in to keep the lights on, keep the doors open, to keep people in their seats, but on the edge. And it is they who have both volunteered and somehow been volunteered to fight this battle of ideology against the Dragon Cult. And for the first time, I will clear this up for the audience. We have learned exactly what their names are. The members here, and now the new Dragon King. We know him only to be known as simply Drake. Flanking him and behind him we have Ichi in the hood, Ni in the bandana, and El Dragon Rojo in the back.
And their opponent, accompanied by Dre, and at a combined weight of 352 pounds, the Ninja and the Ninja.
Oh, she's right about that. They are ninjas. And if I am not mistaken, it appears that the tag team Ramirez will be battling here tonight is, in fact, Ichi and Ni, which we saw recently. Ichi and Ni, accompanied by the only member of the Dragon Cult that we know of who was in here, Orochi, put a beating something massive on Matsumoto back at Great American Beer Bash. And perhaps they're looking to gain momentum here, or perhaps this is kind of an insult, because let's be honest, Hero and ARJ really wanted a shot at Drake and Dragon Rojo. Those were the ones who did the majority of the damage during their assault on the Ramirez family. And we start off here with Ichi and Hero, as Ichi with a strong bulldog Come out of the corner, and Ramirez, Hurricane Rana. Ichi up, Ichi fighting out of it. Now, not much is known about any of the members of this iteration of the Dragon Cult. You might remember they had a completely different lineup back in PWL and were known as simply as the Chosen. But these men here we don't know much about. But because we're dealing with a couple of Japanese competitors, you've got to think that Ramirez has to really focus on avoiding striking range. Japanese wrestling is very renowned for its kickboxing influences and its Kyokushin karate influences. Because of that, what we're seeing here is here Ramirez is almost going extra lucha. A lot of arm drags and moves. And this is the bow and arrow. Now, you may not know this, but the bow and arrow was the signature submission of Alberto Ramirez Sr., grandfather of Hiro Ramirez. This is a move that is so synonymous with luchadors all over the world. Maybe trying to send a bit of a message with the use of that move there. Now Ichi flipping Hiro Ramirez out of it with a Hurricane Rana of his own. We've seen Ichi make a lot of moves to keep the offense in his corner. So far, he has been very successful at that. Even if it hasn't been entirely one-sided in his favor, when Hiro battles back, he doesn't quite battle back to his own corner. Hiro there going for a knee. He's caught in a backdrop suplex. And now ARJ coming in hot. Caught. Caught in that, looked like a tie clutch for a moment there by Ichi before getting flipped over and a round kick to the back. ARJ has not been in a ring in several years, at least in competitive situation, and this is kind of what we were afraid of. We saw ARJ fight back a little bit when these men jumped him initially back in Super Pro 5. But as far as an actual match is concerned, it's an entirely different form of conditioning. It's an entirely different form of preparation and technique and strategy. And hopefully ARJ can still dig deep and get one more run so he can put an end to the infestation of this here Dragon Cult. It's a leg sweep for Troubles. Completely missed the tag from Ichi to knee. Just kicking Alberto while he's down, trying to keep him from getting the Hero. Yeah, I think that Ichi and knee are looking at Alberto Ramirez Jr. as the weaker of the two. But how's this for weak old man as he hits a Hurricane Rana off the top, straight into a power bomb by Hiro Ramirez. And speaking of power bombs, here's another one. Sunset flip off of the apron. He puts knee down and he puts him down hard. Fighting here on the outside. Other members of the Dragon Cult starting to make their presence known. Dragon Rojo making movement towards Hiro. Hiro going up to the top turnbuckle, goes and misses. Anticipated that Ichi was going to charge him, and Ichi did not take the bait. Ichi there with that running knee. We saw him put down Matsumoto with that back at Great American Beer Bash. Hiro into the turnbuckle, puts him up, exploder suplex into the turnbuckle. Hiro Ramirez is one of the best competitors here in Super Pro Championship Wrestling, and I don't know if he expected this much competition from, let's face it, the minions of the Dragon Cult. But now he's going up to the top. There it is, the Phoenix Splash. He preferred finish. And knee not letting it happen. Gets a hold of Alberto Ramirez Jr., puts him up and drops him on his neck. And now here Ramirez going for the bow and arrow again while knee is distracted. And knee here looks like he's going to come in. No, he's knocked out by Alberto Ramirez Jr. as Ichi is forced to tap out. And a great intelligent move by Alberto. They're knocking knee from the apron before he could enter the match. And allowing the bow and arrow submission to do its work. The old Ramirez legacy moves on, lives on. Now, the question is, you can't see this on your screen now, but Ichi and Knee have disappeared. I don't know where they went. But it appears Drake is still here at ringside. He's exchanging words with Hiro and Alberto. Hopefully we can cut away from these replays here. It's getting pretty heated. I don't know, this might not be the end here tonight. Of course, as we see the end of this replay here, is Ichi forced to tap out from the bow and arrow. And here we have him. Here, seemingly calling out Drake. Drake now calling for retaliation, I suppose. No, El Dragon Rose coming up from behind you. Look behind you. And he gets him out of an elevated flatliner. Alberto Ramirez Jr. rolling out of the ring. Drake gets a hold of Hiro. Up and knocks him over the top rope. Wait, ARJ, he's back. He's behind him. It's a bionic elbow. Spanish Fly. We are popping off here tonight. Dragon Roll puts Ramirez down. ARJ down, puts him into the corner. And I don't think this is a good sign for Alberto Ramirez. Hiro's in. No, he's caught. He's caught by a choke slam. He's got them both. He's got them both by the throat. And he slams them down. I think they're done. I think they're out. I don't know. And the lights go out, and we okay. I'm getting word that the Ramirezes are still in the arena. They're getting helped out now, but the Dragon Cold is nowhere to be seen. Now we have to move on, of course, to our first of two cruiserweight, first of two championship matches here tonight.
The following contest
I apologize.
Is scheduled for one fall, and is for the Super Pro Cruiserweight Championship.
Here we have Adam Blackwell coming out here tonight. JUAREZ Jr. for that cruiserweight title. Blackwell, similar to narratives that we've had throughout the night, Blackwell here tonight is very much the veteran. If you couldn't tell that by looking at it. And JUAREZ Jr. is, wow, similar to the Ramirezes, the JUAREZes have a very long history of pro. JUAREZ Jr. has been bred for this industry and for this business, and it's no surprise that he's champion. This is a different entrance theme for JUAREZ, and he is accompanied by Jose Fernandez and Remel Diaz. It appears, ladies and gentlemen, that JUAREZ Jr. has joined La Cosa Nostra. And with that, they now hold 50% of men's gold in Super Pro Championship Wrestling. With one alliance, this team is automatically one of the more dominant forces in Super Pro right now. And with Fernandez looking at another title shot, possibly if he beats Alejandro at Super Pro 8, we could see this faction draped in a lot of gold. At which point you've got to ask yourself, what's next? And now walking right in Adam Blackwell's face, no fear, turning his back on him. And I don't blame Blackwell for not acting. The three of them could probably fuck up just about any three guys on this planet.
Introducing the challenger from Memphis, Tennessee, weighing in at 243 pounds, Adam Blackwell. Introducing the champion from Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico, weighing in at 235 pounds, he is the Super Pro Cruiserweight Champion, Juan Jr.
You'll notice the Cruiserweight Championship looking a little different. All the belts have been redesigned. Black is out, silver is in. And we will have to see if the experience of Blackwell can overcome this onset of youth, energy, and legacy that comes from Juarez. Not to mention the fact that La Cosa Nostra's sitting right there ringside. And if they feel they need to, they will put some shenanigans up to ensure that their boy retains. Or perhaps this is a test for Juarez. Perhaps Juarez has to do this on his own to truly be a member of La Cosa Nostra. I do not know. We will find out here tonight. Blackwell puts the early boots to Juarez Jr. Juarez going to the outside. Kick to the gut. Now Juarez, a big cruiserweight, but Lucha's in the boy's blood. He hits that springboard arm drag. Come on now. Taking him down, assuming head control. Flipping clothesline. Blackwell. Adam Blackwell has seen it all, ladies and gentlemen. And Juarez Jr. simply does not care. Putting in those forearms to work. Adam Blackwell and Ramel Diaz and Jose Fernandez watch with acute attention. But Juarez seems to have it completely under control, and as I speak, Blackwell hits that leg sweep. Throws Juarez back into the ring. This, of course, like all championship matches, goes 25 minutes as we approach the 2-minute mark now. It's been an eventful 2 minutes. A lot of old school, hard-hitting action from both men. Body head scissors there, sending Blackwell to the outside. He recovers on the apron. Juarez knocks him down. Looked for a moment like he might let Blackwell recover, but decided against it. Puts him into the ring. Clubbing shot to the back. Puts him up. Crucifix. Sit out powerbomb. And Blackwell is right back up to his feet. He did not appreciate that. Oh, looked like he might have been going for that pop-up powerbomb he likes to hit, but instead ate a drop kick by Juarez Jr. Now attacking the arms. Back elbows by the old veteran. Got him up. Military press, power slam. That might be enough. 1, 2. No, Juarez kicks out. What's he looking for here? That looks like he might have gone for that gory special flatliner. Juarez wisely fights out of it. Shot to the back of the head. Going up top. Massive diving senton. Not even a 2 count. Junior, and on that arm, looks like a double wrist lock. Leaving his body open. Blackwell fights out of it, puts him up. Inverted DDT. Old school. That man was hitting that move in 1988. And no, Juarez Jr. kicks out strong. Gory special flatliner. No, not flatliner. Gory special Uranagi. My bad. Wait, no, that wasn't a gory special at all. What the hell was that move called? Blackwell now getting his offense in. Atomic drop. And a power slam. Good measure. Looks for another military press. Power slam. Got caught in that DDT instead by Juarez Jr. And Juarez looking to end it. A curb stomp. Is anything more like Cosa Nostra than that? I do not know. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. 3, he puts him down. He put down the old man. Oh, that half Nelson. Juarez Jr. cleanly, definitively beating Adam Blackwell here tonight. No interference by Cosa Nostra. Proving his worth to the group.
Here is your winner, and still Super Pro Cruiserweight Champion, Juan Jr.
Juarez Jr. holding up that Cruiserweight title. He becomes the first Super Pro champion to achieve a successful title defense. And I don't think he has any intention of losing that gold anytime soon. What is next for Juarez Jr.? What is next for La Cosa Nostra? We will have to find out later, as tonight, our main event is here. It is HIJA de la LUZ versus Babe Dillon for the Super Pro Welterweight Championship. Now, for those of you who do not know or do not recall Babe Dillon,
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Super Pro Welterweight Championship.
as I was saying, for those of you who do not know, Babe Dillon was originally slotted to face HIJA de la LUZ for that title. At the time, both of them had won their first matches in the company. But Babe Dillon suffered an injury, and it's still undisclosed. Super Pro policy elects that the nature of an injury does not need to be disclosed to the public if the competitor does not wish it to be. which is a very smart move because advertising what your weaknesses are to your opponents is not a great move. But Babe Dillon feeling 100%, feeling like she's in the best shape of her life here tonight. Coming in to claim what she feels is rightfully hers, and that is the Super Pro Welterweight Championship. Babe, of course, having a lot of experience over in Japan, Wildfire Pro Wrestling, also with other promotions throughout the years in the region, but seems to have found an affinity for Mexico since she's been appearing here. Was very excited to return, but our champion makes her way out to the ring. HIJA de la LUZ. Fabled heiress. Coming through the welterweight division like a skyrocket. As I mentioned earlier tonight, weighing in at a measly 110 pounds, HIJA de la LUZ finds herself at an incredible disadvantage size-wise, even against women in her own division. Suffering about a 20-pound difference in size between her and Babe Dillon, which is a little bit less than 20% from HIJA's perspective. But we will see if she can battle through that.
Introducing the challenger from Las Vegas, Nevada, Babe Dillon. Introducing the champion from London, England. She is the Super Pro Welterweight Champion, Hill A.
There with the recently redesigned welterweight championship. More silver, the better. Now you've got to think, despite the experience differential between these two, again, a common story of tonight, you've got to think HIJA de la LUZ is not very daunted by Babe Dillon. And the simple reason for that is that HIJA de la LUZ beat Valencia for that title. I don't know if anyone more experienced exists, and de la LUZ coming out like a bat out of hell in that leg sweep. For a round kick to follow it up, Babe Dillon undeterred, dragon screw, and a round kick to the chest of her own, and now slamming her opponent's head into the mat multiple times. Wonder if that's maybe an expression of frustration. Babe Dillon, this title shot is long delayed, goes for that hook kick and misses. De la LUZ too short. Misjudged the distance there. Maybe hit her on the bun. Now going for this hyperextension of the leg. Could operate as a knee bar, especially on an opponent that small. De la LUZ manages to roll out of it. Gets the head scissors DDT. Move you might see very often used in Hero Ramirez's arsenal. Now it's the gator roll. Getting control of a much larger opponent in the crossface. Does a little damage and lets it go before she can get countered. Smart move. And as I say that, she gets countered. Babe Dillon knocks her over the top rope. And follows her outside. HIJA luckily being fortunate enough to land on those mats. We used to have bigger mats. I don't know where they went. Now you just land on the concrete, and that sucks to suck, kid. Attacking Dillon. That shot to the shoulder. Hurricane Rana. A round kick again. Crush it to your head on the apron there. rolls her into the ring. Now Babe Dillon going with that hyperextension of the arm. Again, stretching out those, objectively shorter limbs of Hija de la Luz. Hija giving him the jawbreaker. What she was going for there, Babe fights out of it before it can materialize. Puts her into the corner and a drop kick to the center of the back. Monkey flip. Going for something big there, gets countered into an STF. Babe Dillon able to fight out of it, breaks the grip. Diving crossbody. Jumping crossbody. Goes for the pin. And again, possibly an expression of the weight difference between the two. Even a simple move, it's hard to get that much weight off of you when you're that small. Discus leg drop. A knee pick, rather. Gets her up. Salida del Sol. No, not enough. I've seen her putting people away with that before. Allegedly. Up here with the fairy tale ending. And is that it? Is that it? I think she might be out. Hija de la Luz does not retain her championship, at least not tonight, or not right now, rather. It appears that she will need to do more damage to put away Babe Dillon. Puts her down. And a little bit of showboating here, but it was not a common occurrence, but it happens. The youth are going to be the youth. Down, putting the pace on her. Up. Enziguri. Now comes to the outside. And another round kick to the face. De La Luz going crazy. Going for another Salida del Sol. No, she's caught. Power slam by Babe Dillon. After Babe Dillon put a punctuation mark on it. Single knee face breaker. And that should be all she wrote. 1, 2, no. Hija de la Luz kicks out. Dillon now with another discus leg drop. Hija up. Into the corner. Off, jumps off the turnbuckle, evading all of Hija's moves here with the hits with a big clothesline. And they were running towards each other, so that doubles the impact, doubles the velocity. De La Luz wisely going back to that move that was successful very early on in the fight. Sweeping out the legs from under Babe Dillon. And De La Luz so desperate to hold on to the title, willing to go for the ropes, to go for that leverage pin. Face lock, ankle pick, and a hyperextension in that leg. And that's the leg that Babe does not have a pad on. First DDT by Babe Dillon. Master selection. Looking for another face breaker. No, gets caught. Put into another STF. And De La Luz consistently punishing Babe Dillon for going for that move. She's hit it once, she's missed it twice. We'll have to see if that story continues. De La Cruz impressively snuffing the takedown. Head scissor DDT. Going for it here. Single leg. No, Babe Dillon avoids it. Got HIJA into the corner. And De La Luz fighting out with everything she's got. Puts Babe in a corner. But don't you know, nobody puts Babe in a corner. She puts HIJA back. Puts her down. Springboard, leg drop kick rather. To the side of the head of De La Luz. Goes to the top rope. Jumping elbow, leaping elbow drop. Babe Dillon is exhausted at this point, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking forward. Could this be it? Could this be the final one? A single knee face breaker onto that knee pad. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Babe Dillon is your new welterweight champion. We've had 2 defenses tonight. 1 retained and 1 failed. As Babe Dillon becomes the second Super Pro champion, the second Super Pro welterweight champion, and the first woman or man to unseat a champion in Super Pro. An impressive display by Babe here tonight, proving why she was supposed to be in that title match in the first place.
Here is your winner and new Super Pro welterweight champion.
Rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen.
Dillon.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and good night.